Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachakodash. Double honors the elders and the apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect, starting with the 144,000 governing body of the nation of Yasha'Allah, and the men and the women and the children who truly, sincerely believe in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. May he have mercy on you in these last days. It's your brother, I'm not Allah, coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing, to be edifying. And I want to play this quick video, as you can read the caption of it. But this is prophecy right here. Because the Lord said one of the curses that would come on the Judite woman would be hair loss, balding. And this is a situation where you gotta look at the spirit of this woman. I'm going to read a few things about her, and then we're going to read the scriptures, and you can see how the Lord is afflicting the Judite woman, okay? The so-called black woman. And this is not even about coming down on the woman, because the Lord is the one to come down on you. We are the prophets. We speak things before it happened. And it has been spoken over and over again that our women are under the curse of balding hair due to their pride, due to their overly sexualized attitude towards everything, and not being in order under a husband, one man, okay, and serving that man. How it may appear that that's slavery and oppression, but when Jacob's trouble come, women are gonna wish that they had taken that role. Women are gonna wish that they were under the covering of a man, because the Lord is about to remove all of that. But I think there's some words to this. If not, you can read the caption. Then I'm going to read a few things, get the scriptures, close out.
We are in. We are in.
Okay, so that's just a quick clip. I believe the disease is called, there it is. I don't want to create that account. I can't copy it. But you see it. The disease is called alopecia. Let me see something real quick, because I want to make sure I'm pronouncing that right. 1 second. Baba Kashar. All right. Let me pull this up real quick. Because that's the disease, just like Jada Pinkett Smith. She has the same disease. What is Jada Pinkett Smith? A whore. And she's an Israelite woman. That's a great example right there. Right? All right. Let me see some. It says alopecia is, come on, is a medical term for hair loss. It can affect just your scalp or your entire body, and it may be temporary or permanent. The condition ranges from minor hair thinning to complete baldness, and it can result from genetic or autoimmune responses, hormone changes, or medical treatments. Yeah, it's from sin. Okay? That's what it's from. It's from sin. All wickedness and sin leads to death. And this particular situation, a lot of our women are under this and they don't even know it because they're too prideful, right? Let me see something. One second. Yeah, that's it. I was trying to get it to play for me. Oh, here we go. Nope, that ain't it. Dang. I wanted to actually play the word, but Google isn't showing me the option, and I don't want to take too long on this lesson because I got another one lined up, Lord willing. But you see, Rubi Rose, her name is Rubi Rose, reveals she started balding after spotting a bald patch in her hair. Okay, so Rubi Rose, this is Rubi Rose right here. What is she known for? Rubi Rose gained fame as a viral video vixen. Video vixens are whores. All right? You don't get to go be in a video shoot and don't open your legs for somebody. That's just the game. And we're going to prove it. It says, gained fame as a viral video vixen in 2016 after starring in the Migos smash hit Bad and Bougie. So I don't remember her. You know, I ain't never wasn't into the Migos, but hey, that's what this is saying, right? It says I wanted to see if she was an Israelite, and based on her dad, it says half African American and half Japanese. He's probably an African American, which is a so-called Judite, which would make her a Judite because her mother is Ethiopian. And you know the scriptures let you know through the spirit, through the flesh, you are of who your father is, okay? And so we know that she's a Judite. She's not half Japanese or none of that. That's why she's going through the curses. That's another sign, a token, right? 1 second. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 45. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hast hearkened not unto the voice of the Lord thy power to do his statutes which he commanded thee. Slack. In verse 46, and they shall be a sign, Salaki, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever, because thou servest not the Lord Yahweh Bashemishai, thy power, with joyness and with gladness of the heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, and in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And that scripture is coming out a lot because the curses is how we identify who truly could be an Israelite. And this is a specific curse on our people. That's why I'm going into it. I ain't just picked this, for no reason. Lord willing, this is going to be edifying. Lord willing, a so-called black woman whose hair may be falling out never knew that the Lord is the one that put that curse on you, and you can't do nothing about it. You can put all the chemicals you want in your head, and it may even grow back. But at the end of the day, you are cursed by Yahweh Bashim Mashai until you repent and turn back to him. So ultimately, you may fix that, but eternally it's still not fixed. Right? You got to be saved and be given a new body for you to really get back the glory of your hair, right? Let me read this real quick, and then I'll go to the precepts I got lined up. I got a few more things to read on here, so bear with me. A precept just came to my mind, so Salakia. Okay, let me see. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 7. It says, "For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image of the and the glory of the Most High, but the woman is the glory of the man." It says, neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman created for the man. For this cause ought the woman to have power over her head. For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels. Nevertheless, neither is the man. Wait a minute, I didn't want to read that. Salaki. This is a precept. This is 1 Corinthians 11 and 15. It says, "But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering." So a woman's hair is her glory. That's why our women go out their way to beautify their hair. They put chemicals in it. They do all these things. But really, your hair would be fine if you was right with the Lord. Okay? And when you get right with the Lord, he's going to remove that from you. And if you're of the elect, you're going to be delivered and given a new body, and your hair is going to be back to the right glory. But see, this is happening to this woman because of iniquity. All right? And what is iniquity? Sin upon sin upon sin. She might not even know she's an Israelite. She might think she's half Ethiopian, half Japanese, and don't really equate to that. But in the community that she's involved in, this so-called hip-hop community, if you ask her, she'll say she a black woman, a so-called black woman, right? It says, "Who has Rubi Rose dated?" This is where the more iniquity come in. Because, you know, like I said, a video vixen ain't nothing but a whore. A paid whore to seduce and look like, you know, a proud ass freaky woman in a video that you know is just what they is. They look like whores in them videos. It is what it is. I ain't gonna say I never watched those videos, but I would tell you I wouldn't want my sister or my woman to be in a video as a video vixen. That's not a great career. All right, that's a horrible move for a so-called black woman. But that's how she made her fame. And now the judgment is coming on her. And it's starting with her hair, her glory. It says, "Who has Rubi Rose dated?" We know dated means fucking, all right? She didn't understand the scripture. When you lay down with a man, okay, and you open your legs to him, that becomes your husband. Why? Because of Babylon. Because this wickedness in this kingdom gives our women the authority to be whores. Give our women the authority to go chase the bag and do whatever it takes, even if it means defiling themselves, to make that bag, to live what they deem as a better life. And because they don't know that the Lord is about to destroy this place, that America is not going to be a place of rest very soon. The scriptures even tell you that, right? Let me get that real quick. But that's why you got a video vixen, because they're sold on the things of America, all right, and all the wickedness in America. This is Micah 2 and 10. "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction." And it's definitely destroying our women, because all our women are whores. All our women are video vixens and singers and actresses. Although, and including the man, but we're talking about the women right now. They must spread their legs. They must do things that's unnatural and unholy. They must degrade themselves to get to that level that she's at. And now she's going to have to pay for that. All right. It says a detailed look at her dating history highlights these prominent relationships. Just like, what's her name? Meg Thee Stallion, another whore. This is her list of the men that she been with. And you're going to say, why is that makes her a whore? Why that make her bad? Because the scripture is going to tell you why. That's why. And that's all that matters. Playboy Cardi, Rubi Rose dated the rapper during her high school years. The two initially connected on Twitter, and their on and off relationship lasted until roughly 2017. DDG, she was in a highly publicized relationship with internet personality and rapper DDG. Their turbulent relationship lasted from 2020 to 2021. Drewski Rose revealed that she and comedian Drewski were in a genuine romantic relationship, although they initially claimed it was a PR stunt. He fucked, I bet. I know a woman's going to do whatever she can. They connect themselves with men of power. They're what you call hypergamous, all right? Which is a woman that cleaves to a man that has power. That's why our women love the so-called white man, because the earth is giving a hand to the wicked, and he's got the power right now. And that's why they look at us as nothing, because we don't got no power. But the Lord look at us as men of power. The Lord gave us the title as the sons of God. The Lord's going to raise us up to be kings and priests, okay? And to rule over this whole earth, right? But our women don't know that and wouldn't believe it. But I can go in the scriptures and point out why this woman's going through what she's going through based off of that sign, that token of her hair. It says she dated Travis Scott and 21 Savage. Rose has publicly shared that she dated both. So she those two are friends. That's wickedness. All right. And it's plenty more. Okay. What does that do? That makes her a whore. So that's the iniquity. Being a video vixen and playing a whore. Deuteronomy chapter 23 and 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. She's an Israelite and she's a whore, right? This is Amos chapter 7 and 17. See, these is all, that was a curse. Actually, that was a law. And then when we broke it, now the curses come on you. That's why I read that Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 45 and 46. Because the Alpocia, damn, I can't pronounce that word right. That fucking balding hair disease is a curse from the Lord. And it's because of her iniquity. Amos 7 and 17, therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land. I just read to you, this land, this arise. Okay? It said, let me read it again. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. It says, because it is polluted. This is Micah 2 and 10. This is talking about America. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. And she's being destroyed, and women like her. That's got the mad body count. That's the video vixens. Okay? Even you women that were married, and then you decided, I'm going to divorce my husband and take half, and then go deal with another man. The scriptures is against that. So that makes you an adulteress now, and you're going to be destroyed. That's what she is. She's a whore. She's an adulteress. Okay? And whatever else she's probably done to get to where she wanted to get to. It says, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land. And we are in captivity yet this day. Proverbs chapter 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. She don't see nothing wrong with hopping from rod to rod, just like none of our women do. Most women, modern women, Americanized so-called black women, have fallen so far, the only option for them is to burn them in the lake of fire, which burneth with fire and brimstone. A lot of them they got a wicked, malicious soul in them that the Lord can't guide them back to a man because they're too proud. And now they've been given all this liberty, right? Which destroys them. The only option is judgment. Let them live out their life because now they're preserved for judgment. It says, I'm going to read it again. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. And that's the truth. All these actresses, the women, they'll tell you they ain't done no wickedness. You know? They go to parties without their husbands. Okay, and they're gonna do what they need to do to get that 300 million, to get that status. I wonder what her let me see some. Sometimes you can get they net worth. Let's just see. One second. Yeah, here we go. Let me see what her net worth is. So for all that, and her hair finna be falling out, she only worth $4 million. That ain't no money. The American rapper, model, and internet personality primarily builds her wealth through music streams, brand partnerships, and highly successful OnlyFans account that reportedly generates between $400,000 and $1 million a month. There it is. That put the cherry on top. I didn't know she was an OnlyFans. She's a hoe. So the Lord is cold when he wants to mark you, when he wants the spirit to come out on the individual, it's going to happen. And the scripture's doing it. This is Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16. Look what it says. Judah's women denounce. What does denounce mean? Denounce. Publicly declare to be wrong or evil. You see that at the bottom? See that? Let me do it again. Let me do a web search. Denounce is the past tense of denounce, which means to publicly declare someone or something to be wrong, evil, or blameworthy. That's what the Lord thinks about the so-called black woman. All right? Let me get this real. I'm going to read straight through to the point. Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are proud and walk with an outstretched necks and seductive, flirtatious, alluring eyes. I'm reading this in the Amplified to amplify this lesson. It says, and trip along with mincing steps and an affected gait, and walk with jingling anklets on their feet. Therefore the Lord will afflict the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion with scabs, making them bald. See? That's from the Lord. Because I pointed out all her iniquity. Didn't even know she was the OnlyFans whore. So that put the cherry on top. Now judgment is going down. And this is going to happen to each and every one of the so-called black women that the Lord decides to allow that curse to fall on. So she's going to use a lot of her money to try to resolve it and fix it. Or be proud and just rock a bald head like a lot of these black women are doing. Not knowing that's because of their iniquity that they look like that. You see? But if they was in the good graces of Yahweh Bashim Shai, that wouldn't happen. Why wouldn't it happen? Because they would have repented and removed all the filth off of them from sleeping with many men, right? And just doing things that are contrary to the word, to the Lord, I should say. It says, Therefore the Lord will afflict the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion with scabs, making them bald. And the Lord will expose their foreheads, send them into captivity. In that day, the Lord will take away the beauty of their anklets, braided caps, crescent head ornaments, dangling earrings, bracelets, and the hanging veils and scarves, head wraps, short jingling ankle chains, sachets, perfume boxes, amulet charms, signet finger rings, nose rings, festival robes, outer tunics, shawls and handbags, hand mirrors, fine linen, undergarments, headbands, and veils covering their entire body. This is going to be removed because a lot of you women got these things right now. But in the time we coming into, even a woman like her is finna be wrought to the lowest you can bring a woman, to the point you ain't gonna even recognize her. All the money she got, the only way she gonna be able to keep that money is if she take the microchip. And based off of her hair disease that she's about to go into, you know, again, a woman's hair is her glory. She may become very depressed. Who knows? Who knows what the Lord is about to do to this woman for her iniquity? It says, now it should come to pass that instead of sweet fragrance of spice, there will be the stench of rottenness, and instead of a belt, a rope, and instead of a well-set hair, baldness. See, he said it twice. That's how you know that's going to be a major pain point for you so-called black women. Because your hair is your glory. That's why you bitches get blonde hair and want to look like the white woman. Right? You get extensions in your hair because you're already under that curse. But for her, oh, it's finna hit hard. Because she grew up probably, you know, looking down on other Eves because she had her hair, because of her mother and the, you know, the mixture so-called of her father. But nope, at the end of the day, she's an Israelite woman, a Judite woman, a so-called black woman who is about to fall hard, Lord willing. It says, instead of well-set hair, baldness, instead of fine clothes, a robe of sackcloth and branching of captives by the scorching of heat, instead of beauty. Let me read that again. And branding of captives by the scorching heat instead of beauty. So in other words, because we're about to go into Jacob's trouble, these type of scenarios are going to be amplified, right? The Lord letting you know this disease come from him because of iniquity. And the main sin is her being a whore. That's the main sin right there. Isaiah 33:6, it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. She lacks wisdom. So she's going to continue to walk in great pride, like I just read to you in Isaiah chapter 3. Most of our women are like that. So, and when you got that type of pride on you, wisdom will never dwell with you. And I'm going to read to you what wisdom is for a woman, what she should be doing. Job 39:17. It says, because the Most High have deprived her of wisdom. So when you lack wisdom, you lack fear. So then you're not afraid to sleep around. You're not afraid to do anything to get the bag. You won't even consider yourself a whore. You consider yourself a boss bitch, But a boss bitch still got to lay on her back and get plowed in order to get the bag. So you a whore. You not a boss. You a whore. And the Lord said in Deuteronomy chapter 23 and 17, there should be no whores in the daughter of Zion or Israel. Right? So the commandment has already been broken on both parts, because our men are sodomites and effeminate. We talking about you women right now. It says, neither have he imparted to her understanding. So women don't have wisdom, the type of wisdom that will keep them in the house, the type of wisdom that will remove that need to be a whore and want to be seen and praised and looked upon and be seen with these men of the world, which are also wicked. Right? This is Timothy, 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15. He says, and I'm reading this in the Amplified again to amplify. It says, let me go up some. No, I don't want to read all that. I'll just get right to it. But women will be preserved, saved. That's what a woman should, a so-called black woman, based on all of the iniquity, the evil that you've done, and the times we are going into, you as a woman should be concerned about salvation. It says, but women will be preserved, saved through the pain and dangers of bearing of children if they continue in faith and love and holiness with self-control, keeping your fucking legs closed and dealing with one man, and discretion. Let me see some. This is, oh, that was it. That was it. She shall be saved. That's, hey, I don't know what else I can say about the so-called black woman, but I'm telling you, hard times is coming, and losing your hair is going to be a light thing compared to what the Lord got in store for your hoardism. That's just the beginning. You ride the carousel, the cock carousel gonna ride you. And it's starting with her hair falling out. So Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.